Cielle is honestly the best addition to Strinova so far. In comparison to the other new additions to Strinova Global, she is by far the most unique and interesting. For example, we have Worst Yvette, the character that ruined Cosmite, Cringe Ming, and the Gimmick Twins. We don't talk about the Gimmick Twins. While I personally do welcome the new additions with open arms, their additions were either obligatory or unnecessary. Yugiri and Mara were added due to how oppressive Yvette and Ming are in the meta.
Too bad things barely changed.
Making them completely overshadowed by Yvette and Ming for controller and duelist respectively. Cielle was added due to the sheer lack of a damaged duelist on defense side, giving POS their mirror character to Aika. Galatea and Leona are by far the only characters that actually were unique and creative. Too bad they nerfed Galatea's gun into the ground, and then reworked her into a tanky housefly. And they killed off the higher level Leona player base by reworking her skill-based lineup A3 into something completely different. Cielle broke the mold by fulfilling a role without being a generic stat change. For example, the introduction of Mara. Mara was added so that there would be a viable Ming alternative, which is pretty blatant with her default healing being the same amount as Ming, and also getting a Q that slows. If we think about other entry alternatives for Scissors, we just have slight tweaks to stats instead of anything revolutionary. We have Ming but you heal HP instead of armor, Ming if you press right click, Ming that requires you to get a pick to get any value, and Ming with burst healing. Cielle fulfills the role of an entry without being a massive stat change, having to manage her shield as well as having to use a unique weapon, an actual shotgun.
But 13!
I hear you exclaim with your round nerd glasses and buck teeth.
We already have shotguns in the game!
Firstly, no, we do not have any actual shotguns in the game before Cielle. Aika's shotgun was more like an SMG that coincidentally shot pellets, and Bimo literally has an automatic mode now, so they are less shotguns and are more assault rifles that coincidentally shoot pellets. But what is an actual shotgun then? Cielle's shotgun is a lever action, making it have the third lowest fire rate in the entire game, behind Coco and Konami. However, she does a whopping 136 damage with a perfect meat shot. This results in a time to kill around 600 milliseconds, which would put her squarely at the bottom of the time to kill tier list, if you include headshots. Accordingly, if you are a Cielle and take a one-on-one fight, and you and your enemy both start shooting at the exact same time, you will lose every time. But then, how does Cielle get kills? Cover. To think more about how Cielle can use cover more effectively than other characters, you must look at those other characters' weapons. The majority of guns shoot continuously to deal damage. This means that the target has to be on the screen the entire time if you want to kill them. This is not a constraint for Cielle. For the small window where Cielle gets to deal full shotgun damage, peeking back and forth around the corners, you get like 3 shots in, maybe? Wait. For the few of you in the audience with brains left intact after the Russo-Japanese War, you may say, what the fuck does this have to do with that intro? Why the fuck am I talking about her gun and roll? Well, wait. What the fuck was that intro? A couple things happen when you press left click as Cielle in Strinova. When you press left click, the game first checks what weapon you have out. If you have your primary or secondary, you fire your gun. If you have your knife out, you light slash. If you have your shield out, it runs the shield bash string of code. In this code, the game first checks if your shield bash is on cooldown. If it isn't, it applies a force forwards that moves Cielle at a constant rate for 8 meters. At the end of that 8 meters, the game applies an instant decelerating force to prevent her from moving any more further. During shield jumps, using the A2 you can destroy Cielle's shield while she is charging. The game does not detect that you have the shield anymore, so it does not run the code for when you left click with the shield. This stops the code preemptively before the decelerating force is applied, letting Cielle continue her momentum forward. Oh fuck, we're talking nerd shit. Jarvis, get the keys! To put it simply, break shield lets Cielle go. If you want to pull this off yourself, you'll need the Awakening 2 with some height if allowed. First, charge the shield breakup for 1.5 seconds. Jump. Then from 1.75 seconds to 1.97 seconds, press left click. The charge animation should start and immediately stop as the shield breaks. That's it. Throw a mix of different sequences of jumps, from jumping twice to just jumping off of ledges, and different shield breaking timings to vary the distance. The theoretical maximum is 32 meters of distance, where you string together a sequence of jump, 1.97 second bash and jump, double jump, perfect B-hop, and double jump again. Mind you, the 1.97 second bash plus the jump paired with it is frame perfect, as well as the B-hop being frame perfect. Notice in this clip, I did it on completely flat ground. This is possible due to the first jump's height. However, this is extremely hard to pull off. Most clips, you will see me shield jumping off of a ledge or elevated platform, as the timing and distance variability is more forgiving. If you think this movement tech is niche, it isn't. It lets Cielle get out of situations any character would immediately die in, and lets Cielle get some pretty awesome frags. The extra mobility lets you catch up to fleeing enemies,
Unless they're complete nerds, holy shit!
It lets you get the distance you need for maximum damage. This all begs the question, should any of this even be allowed? Technically speaking, it is purely a bug and not intended at all. However, it is a unique and very rare instance of skill expression in Strinova never seen before. Not only that, but the entire tech requires you to lose your shield, making Cielle give up her best part of her kit. To continue, the jump isn't even that useful, since you can put the Cielle into the enemy backline, but not the enemy backline out of the Cielle. In theory, you could entirely do a stupid jump, get a kill, ult, and then get out, but now you're giving up your ult as well. This doesn't even mention the fact that it requires an awakening to pull off, which means that you won't be able to do the shield jump for a good chunk of the game, and the enemy will know based off of the scoreboard if you will or will not be able to do shield jumps. And on top of all of that, you can still fuck up your bass, especially since its usefulness varies depending on which map you are on. Maps with lots of clutter like Arcarnus or Port Ruler, have fun trying to get the most out of your shield jumps. While on Area 88, you basically become a Galatea with a shotgun. Shotguns. About that. Yes. Just kidding. But the answer is still yes. But wait, how? She could be anywhere, get out of situations she should have not get into, silence you, and prevent you from firing your gun. How do we stop her? Just jump.
Oh no!
Unlike Baimo's dash forward, which actually has a decent amount of verticality, Cielle's bash is a perfectly straight horizontal line. With enough distance from the enemy, you can double jump above them to safety and consistently avoid the bash. If you think the momentary peeking with Cielle's shotgun is unbalanced, then don't fight Cielle's while they have cover. Eliminate the cover and disengage. Fight someone else maybe. Don't just kiss Cielle on the mouth at close range. That's what Cielle wants. Her gun's slow rate of fire lets you time her shots, which means that you could more actively dodge her gun compared to everyone else with tracking weapons. And if she is running slugs, don't peek. Do people really forget how to respect sightlines? Yes. While Cielle doesn't have to respect your sightlines, it does come at a cost. Her shield is not invincible, and the majority of characters have enough damage in a single magazine to destroy her shield. Slow them or win them off, and now that shield break is guaranteed. Just treat her like a Fae that actually hit the gym. Hell, you don't even need to destroy the shield, if you just get a good high angle on them. Also, it is almost impossible to dash an enemy that is papered on the wall at an angle. So while you can't shoot back, at least it baits out the bash. Since she is purely for making space, and not specifically designed for tankiness through heals, she is insanely reliant on her team doing that missed out damage for her. She adopts the philosophy of space first, frag later, which is honestly not that broken. Wait. Broken? Oh! Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this in-depth breakdown of Cielle. She is honestly so much fun to play and is a unique and dynamic addition to Strinova. Hopefully more slow rate of fire characters can be added just like her, with more unique gimmicks. With that, I pray that she does not get the same treatment as the two gimmick twins, and have her gun heavily reworked like Galatea or have her fun tech removed like Leona. You can tell this video is scripted this time, because Redditors that lack frontal lobes cannot parse linguistic framing or context that I clearly outlined. Anyways, here's a funny clip. Watch this! Fuck! What?! 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 All they just have to do is just make the recharge 20 seconds instead of 12. It's literally all they have to do.